How's it going, my tacticians, and welcome back. We are going to be looking at, that's right, it is the International Challenge for March. Woo, my goodness, this is going to be an interesting competition. Not because, well, first of all, it's going to be an online competition for, the VGC season. Going to be people who will be competing in this competition will be not only just competing for glory, fame, but also that chance to perhaps go to Worlds. That's right. The top 100 or so players will get actually battle will get points for competing in the World Championship at the end of the year. And the competition is going to be fierce. International challenges will always be fierce. But in any case, let's go look at the sign up period. So sign up period is going to be on Thursday, March 15th. Going to be 2018, obviously. And it's going to go through until Thursday, March 22nd, 2018, blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, you got to sign up during that period to actually compete in the competition. You can only sign up once, etc. The competition period will begin from Friday, March 23rd, so the day after sign-ups begin. And it will run through until Sunday, the 25th. Now, the participation gift is going to be challenge or championship points. You also, if you compete, you'll also qualify for 50 battle points. Now, all you have to do to get those battle points, if you just want the free battle points, all you have to do is compete 3 times. That's it. 3 times. Battle 3 times. That's it. You're done. You don't have to battle anymore. But if you really, really, really want to test your skill level, then this is where you want to actually prove yourself. This is where you go. You take on the challenge. You take on the championship points. You try your darndest. You see how high you can go. Or in my case, how low you can go. How low can you go? Oh yeah, how low can you go? But in any case, compatible game is going to be Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Now the competition format is going to be VGCs, so it is going to be a double format. Now, eligible Pokemon are going to be including those that you can get from within games, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but you can also go through all the generations. So Generation 1 to Generation, I believe we're on Generation 7, I believe, yes. So, if you have any Pokemon that can compete in the competition, excluding those BoxArt Mythical Legendaries, those are the Pokemon that are not allowed. In fact, they're going to be they're listed off right here. You can't use Mewtwo, Mew, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Celebi, etc., etc. Zygarde, Xerneas, Genesect, Meloetta, Reshiram, curse you, Nintendo, Hoopa, Volcanion, etc., etc., Lunala, Solgaleo, Necrozma, Magikarp, and Marshadow and Ash Greninja. You can't use any of those Pokemon. However, you can use all the other Pokemon. That's right, including the legendaries like Landorus. Oh my goodness, I hate Landorus so much. But in any case, you can use any item you want. You can't have duplicate items. You can't use 2 of the same Pokemon. You have to at least have a team of 4 Pokemon, so you have to have 4 to 6. All Pokemon in the competition period will be, level 50 during the matches. The time period, this is where everything gets complicated, etc. You're only allowed to have a time limit of 5 minutes throughout the battle, and you'll have 90 seconds to select your Pokemon. You'll have 45 seconds to select your moves, so you gotta be quick on your feet. You gotta think carefully about your moves, because every move counts. Now, moving on to the last competition, the last international competition, which was January. Yeah, this is going to be where you're going to find some of the more common Pokemon, the most popular ones, and of course the most popular moves, items, and move sets that some of them were used. So as you can see here, as I predicted, as I guessed, Landorus was at the top. So why is Landorus at the top? I can probably tell you now. Yep, Earthquake, Rock Slide, U-Turn, Superpower, or Knockoff. What did I say? Now, I bet it's going to be either the Choice Scarf, Choice Band, or the Life Orb. Oh, in this case, it was the Assault Vest, so that actually was surprising. Probably to help protect it against those Ice Beams, yeah. Hidden Power Ice, one of Landorus's biggest threats, but Hidden Power Ice, that would actually knock it out, but with the Assault Vest, that would actually save it. But of course, next up is going to be the Choice Scarf. And then afterwards, you got the the Groundinium Z, followed by the Choice Band, and 1.4% of people use the Life Orb. Now, what was the nature? Adamant or Jolly. Most of them were the Adamant kind. Obviously, go for the damage. So that's going to be what you're talking about there. Moving into the number 2 slot was Tapu Fini. So if you're looking to add Tapu Fini to your line, maybe use her in your team. See what kind of power she brings. Most people use Moon Blast, Muddy Water, Protect, Calm Mind, or Scald among the top 5 most common moves on Tapu Fini. But you can also run Icy Wind, Ice Beam, Dazzling Gleam, and even most people made use of Haze. And even for some reason, people made use of Trick. Don't know why Trick, but whatever. Then, as for the nature, well, everyone used Modest. Or Bold, or some rare few use the calm-natured one, or even the quiet-natured one for Trick Room teams, I bet. But for the most part, everyone used the the Modest nature, obviously to increase Tapu Fini's damage output. She has a lot of natural defensive bulk, so she doesn't really need, the extra defensiveness. But she does need that super powerful Modest nature to help increase her attack power. And speaking of attacking power, most people ran a Choice Specs Tapu Fini. So 27% of people used a Choice Specs. So the reason why people use the Choice Specs is, again, increase her power, see how much damage she can knock out. And this was probably also to mitigate the Landorus's Assault Vest. If you're increasing your special defense by 50%, well then guess what? I'm just going to increase my special attack by 50%, so I'll nullify that Assault Vest. For the rest of us people, we use Wiki Berries. Wiki Berries to help keep her on the field, keep her health up, or a Wateranium Z to go for that Muddy Water to ensure that your opponent was knocked out, or you didn't have to worry about missing your target. For the rest, people gave her even a Papa Berry, a Mega Berry, an Aguav Berry. I think most of her items were just berries. Yeah. Next one was leftovers, and of course berries, and Choice Scarf and Life Orb for some reason. But that's people's decision. And in the third slot, Tapu Koko, which was again another Pokemon that I was really expecting, and I saw a lot of during my competition period, even though I didn't show off much of it. But you can probably guess what the movesets were. You got Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, Protect, Volt Switch, Hidden Power, probably Ice. And for some people, they gave Tapu Koko a taunt to help to deal with, Pokemon that are trying to set up. Electro Web for speed control, Discharge for multi-hitting opponents, Thunder for, massive damage. And I think for a few people used Nature's Madness just to help take care of those really, really bulky Pokemon trying to survive. For the nature, 90% overwhelmingly used the timid nature Tapu Koko. Since most of Tapu Koko's special attacks are special attacks, so timid nature would be the most ideal to make use of the speed. But others, they made use of the modest nature. Again, same thing as Tapu Fini. Give Tapu Koko some extra oomph into its attack. It can go either, but for the most part, everyone used the timid nature. A few people made use of the jolly nature. I don't know why they use jolly nature, but to each his own. Others, well, not much there. You don't even have a 10th nature there. That's pretty much it. And for the item, a lot of people use the Electrium Z move. So Electrium Z to go for the superpowered Thunderbolt in the electric terrain deals a lot of damage. Almost one-hit KOs pretty much any Pokemon that isn't resistant to it, or really, really special defensive. Other people, they made use of the Life Orb and the Choice Specs. Some people made use of like an Electro Ball Choice Specs Tapu Koko. And the Focus Sash to help deal with earthquakes against Landorus. So a lot of people made use of that. For the remaining top 30 Pokemon, well, we have Charizard number 4 slot, Cresselia number 5th. Like I said, I figured Cresselia would be a very popular one. I'm surprised Charizard made it in there as well. But in any case, Tyranitar coming in at the number 6 slot. I think it's to help Landorus with the Sandstorm to help deal more damage. Zapdos is going to be in the number 7 slot of the 3 legendary birds. Of course, Zapdos is the only one that ever gets to be seen. As for Tapu Lele going to be in the number 8 slot. Mega Metagross is going to be in there as well. But then again, I don't think Mega Metagross as well. Actually, let's take a quick look at Mega Metagross. What was Mega? Yep, Metagross side. Mega Metagross, 97% majority. So yeah, that's probably why. Now we're going into the number 10 slot. It's going to be the Aegis Slash. Snorlax is well going to be in number 11. You know, pretty bulky Pokemon. You know, likes the setup. If it gets that setup, it can do a whole lot of work. Como is going to be in the number 12 slot. I'm actually surprised that Como got in there. I think the Como EMZ, you know, from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon actually helps it out this generation. So the pseudo legendary of Generation 7 is finally seeing some, you know, sunlight, going to see some action in the field. And the remaining Tapu Bulu, Tapu Bulu is going to be in the number 13 slot. I'm surprised he's this low. Not even in the top 12. He's only in the top like 20 or so. He made it to the top 30 at the very least. He's in the 13th position, but I'm surprised he's been there. I think he's making use of Trick Room teams. Speaking of Pokemon who's made it up there, Salament's fallen from some of the grace it's had since in the previous generation. You used to see Salamence all the time, Mega Salamence all the time with its Intimidate. But it's fallen down since Generation 6 and the fall of, you know, those of the big 6 Pokemon in which everyone ran Intimidators. But Salamence is still a very powerful Pokemon in the top 30 at the very least. Amoonguss gonna be in there as well, a very special not a very special attacking, but a very defensive Pokemon, capable of taking hits and dealing damage. You also got Celesteela. I think one of my tacticians is going to be happy that Celesteela made it in there. Going to be in the number 16 slot. I'm surprised Celesteela is not, you know, further up. But I guess with the addition of the new Pokemon, it's not surprising that Celesteela has, you know, fallen a little bit. But, you know, Celesteela's still in there. Mega Kangaskhan, I can guarantee you everyone, Mega Kangaskhan. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. Going to be, yep, Mega Kangaskhan, 99.5%, and that one odd person who has Phytinium Z Kangaskhan. I'd like to meet the person who had Phytinium Z Phytinium Z Kangaskhan. That takes a lot of guts to go into, but Mega Kangaskhan, everyone. Mega Kangaskhan still prevalent even in this day and age. Incineroar, a surprising Pokemon. I think it's going to be the combination of a hasty or, you know, a hasty nature and a mixed attacker. So you got physical and special attacking for Incineroar. Kartana, it's one of the few Ultra Beasts that has made it in there. None of the other Ultra Beasts are at the top besides Celesteela. So actually, I'm going to shut up there because, you know, Celesteela's there, but Kartana is in there as well. Heatran, well, Heatran's making his return. He was in Generation 6, but he didn't have as much. He's not getting as much action as before. But Heatran is making a comeback. He's now in the number 20 slot. Ludicolo going to be in there for Rain Dance team. Ferrothorn, same thing as Ludicolo. Gengar, Mawile, Mega, I'm guessing. But Pelipper is going to be in there as well. We got Whimsicott and Mimikyu. Oh, big surprise, big surprise. Seriously, it's a big surprise that Mimikyu has made it in there and is nowhere near the top. But he's in the top 30 at the very least. Politoed going to be help setting up all those Rain Dance team. Gothitelle going to be for those Trick Room setups. And basically keeping everyone in the field, going for Perish songs as well. And finally, you got Porygon 2 in the last of the 30 slot. So there you go. So if you're looking to build a team, these are some of your contenders that you might want to bring in. If you bring in Landers, I swear I will dislike your team instantly. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little explanation of the International Challenge and going through some of the Pokemon, in fact, all of the Pokemon in the top 30 slot that were seen in the International Challenge for January. I will see you all later. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.